And the other one that I will talk about, I don't have it entirely ready here, is the welcome bot. So the welcome bot, the goal with this was that when people open their, basically when people interact with us for the first time on GitHub, that we send them some additional messaging. And we'd only do it on the first time that they interact with us, which means we actually have to start keeping track of all the interactions we've ever had with people across multiple GitHub boards. So this is something we would do with Habitat, with Chef Cookbooks, with anything else we wanted to create sometime in the future. So it's basically a copy of the DCO bot. Started with that because why not? Had all the framework and everything set up. So it's just a simple like Sinatra app. It has a few endpoints. It's taking GitHub pull requests and issue webhooks. So those fire off at the org level every time an issue gets set up. So we don't have to set this up on every single repo, which is super nice. So we just get these pretty simple like payloads for pull requests and for issues. And then we decide what to do with them. It stores that state in Dynamo, which seems a little bit like overkill, but that allows us to not have any state on the spot, so we can nicely package it up in Habitat. So we have these two tables in Dynamo. I should mention that that's all done with this cool new gem that they came out with, they being Amazon, where they have this new one called AWS Record that lets you super easily interact with Dynamo. You can do all your fancy stuff where you can just say like, oh, migrate these tables for me and like save some data, update some records. It handles all the nitty gritty of like what's actually happening there with you updating records and such. So you don't have to like dive into the AWS SDK. So that was pretty nice, pretty simple. But basically we end up with these two giant tables, and everything is stored as just a username and a list of interactions. And the reason for this just being this like giant JSON blob is because we wanted to be able to do this per org. The hope in the future is to actually have per org messaging, because how you interact with Habitat and how you interact with Chef are going to be obviously different. We're going to link you to like different Slack channels, different processes and different stuff like that. But at the moment, any PR that comes in, we're going to give you an update into this table of that interaction. So we'll know that you interacted on each of those different orgs. So I can do a query here. I can pull up like mine, and I can see when I did my first interactions. I'll just drop this in a JSON lint, so it's nice and easy to view. But you can see like here's the 4 interactions that I've had in the past, and when they were and what their actual PRs were. So that allows us really easily when a new interaction comes in to be like, oh look, like Tim already had one on Chef Cookbooks, so there's no need for me to put this message on again. But if there isn't, like obviously we'll throw a message to him and we will put it in the database, and then we won't do it again. I think, trying to think if I have it. I think this test cookbook repo has the example of it. I opened some like fake issues here. Maybe fake PR. Yeah, so this one where Tom made fun of me for spelling things wrong. So this is the welcome bot just telling you like a canned message. Obviously, we have to come up with some real wording of where we want to send people, and you know, without typos, because that's probably like a good thing to have too. But it does work. So that's that. That's like one kind of annoying thing that I think was preventing us from having people who had their first interactions with us have a good time. Hopefully, this will direct people to Slack or whatever, and we can build our community. So that's all I have. I will